He's going to join the program today. Scott Pioli will hang out. We've got more to come right here, but we start with highlights. Kay Adams, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, Michael Robinson, and the Chargers. Are they going to charge her, Kyle? No.
Oh, my gosh,
not.
are they? You will not believe how they're going to charge her. If you ever wanted an omen before a big game, how about one from the Los Angeles sky? You're the Chargers. You have lightning bolts on your logo. One on the left, one on the right. You have two lightning bolts in your helmet. And bam, and bam.
Yes.
Bolt up. Incredible. Siciliano was all over it here like, look, you know how rare lightning is in L.A.? Earthquakes are more common than lightning. It doesn't happen. And yet it struck thrice early in the game. That is Donald Parham.
Do your
Check this
dance,
out.
brother.
Mike, he has 12 career catches and 4 touchdowns. All he does, catch touchdowns. Boom! Hunter Renfrow, what are we looking at here? There was a 4th down. They did not cover the gunner because the Raiders had 10 men on the field. So Hunter Renfrow makes a huge play.
That is a way to tackle right there, guys.
I love that they went for the fake punt.
So do I. It was great. I looked it up and said maybe Hunter was a high school safety. No, he was a quarterback growing up in Myrtle Beach. Never really played defense. Neither did the Raiders on that one. Jared Cook.
Golf.
Yeah, that's it. Beautiful golf. Shout out to Hilton Head as well. Jared Cook with the touchdown, 14, and then Eckler.
Running back.
Oh, this was buttery. You know, you get the popcorn. We used to go to movie theaters, do that butter thing on the top. That was that throw. Just a gentle splashing of butter. 21-17 after the Raiders get one back. Mike got uncomfortable with the gentle splashing of butter. How about this? How about a little moss on top?
I'm comfortable about that. Darren,
Yeah.
flex on him, young man.
Oh, my gosh. That's why they make that word a verb, moss, because of reasons like that. 21-14 now. How about this? Can you get rugged? Can you get rugged? Look out, Henry!
Derwin James got rugged.
He got rugged. Rug burn, they call it, Peter. Let's put it on a T-shirt. Kirk Cousins would patent that. Henry Ruggs, I would do it. That ball almost hit the ceiling of SoFi Stadium. Hit the halo. Now look at this. That's Christian Covington with the sack. That was the play that Joey Bosa said afterwards. The car just curled up, and once you hit him, he gets shook. 21-14, though. Does this guy get shook? I don't think so. Not on 4th and 2 when the madman Staley decides, let's go for it. I'm Staley. Learn about me. Check my wiki. And then Austin Eckler, boom. Pound for pound, they call him. Pound for pound, strongest man in the league. That used to be Steve Weatherford, I think, that old punter. Great punter, but Austin Eckler does it now. Remember him? I mean, he had a 12-pack. It was incredible. Justin Herbert beats the Raiders, beats the Chargers 28-14. Let's give you a little piece of sound right here. John Gruden, what do you make of these Chargers, man?
You can't deny this. The Chargers are a good football team. They are an excellent team. And they proved it again tonight. They're going to go places this year. They're going to be a force to be dealt with.
I mean, that's the way we expect to play. I mean, that's the way we expect to play around here. And now it's not easy, because the teams that we're playing are really, really good. You've seen what Dallas is doing. You've seen what Kansas City's doing. These guys are real opponents, and that's a real opponent that we just played. What's expressed itself through 4 weeks is that the AFC West is loaded. We've got four really, really good teams in the West. And so, it's just one of those divisions where a lot of good football is being played. There's a lot of good coaches, and there's a lot of premium players, a lot of good quarterbacks, and really good defenses. So I think it's going to, as this season goes on, it's going to be one of the premium divisions in football.
Said before the game last night, I want to see him be just as aggressive as he was in the weeks past, and he was in a big way. And after last night, he's talking big games. I mean, the Raiders were undefeated, beat them. The Chiefs, that happened in consecutive weeks. And looking ahead to week 5, they have the Cleveland Browns as well. But in that division, in the West, does anyone here think the Chargers are the team to beat in the West?
Yeah, I'm going to go and say I do. They are the team to beat. They've beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the defending champions of that division, and they just beat a really good Las Vegas Raiders team. And their quarterback, I mean, I can't speak more glowingly about Justin Herbert. The guy can hit any spot on the field. That you can tell the confidence that the team and the coach has in him. They're going for it on 4th and 9. They went for it on 4th down last week, and he has been surgical. I've used that word before. He's been surgical inside the red zone. And he throws the ball so that his receivers can do something with it afterwards. Like, a lot of quarterbacks make great throws, but not everybody puts the ball in a place where your receiver can do something with it. And then defensively, on the flip side, on the flip side of that, Derwin James, man, like, this guy can be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year every single year. He got an interception last night, 6 tackles. He's involved in the box, being making tackles around the box, outside the tackles, inside the tackles, and he flies around. I'm glad to see this guy healthy. If he stays healthy all season, this defense can lock down any offense in the National Football League, but they need Derwin James to continue to show up like he did last night.
And, you know, you get the rookie, Asante Samuel, coming out here. It was rookie of the month in the NFL, right, with an unbelievable job on defense. And then you add in Nasir Adderley being healthy. Like, that defense held the Raiders really. They had 48 yards rushing, and Josh Jacobs was healthy, and they were trying to get it going. That Chargers defense is real. But AFC West, maybe we can do it. It's 4 weeks in. Let's look at all of the 3-1 teams in the AFC. Mm-hmm. It's a gauntlet in the AFC right now. And I'm looking at it's almost like a tournament, too, because Chargers play the Browns this week. Bills play the Chiefs next week. You know, it's like they're going to start picking each other off. Are they the best team in the AFC? I think it's fair to ask. They've already beaten the Raiders and the Chiefs, so right now I'm going to give them their kudos and say that. But are they the best team? And I think Joey Bosa had a really interesting quote, and not the stuff on Carr yesterday. Here was Joey Bosa after the game talking about the difference between this year's Chargers and other. Joey Bosa, who knew that he would be the soundbite of the year? I love his monotone voice. Right. Listen to Joey Bosa yesterday talking about his LA Chargers.
We just showed resilience, and I think until we keep doing it, which we have these last 2 weeks, I think everybody's going to start believing it, and I think we do now. So just having that confidence where, I mean, in years past, you come in at half with a lead, I'm like, oh, God, what are we going to do this time to screw this up? And I'm sorry, but it's kind of how my mind works because it just happened so many times. I think we're just coming together as a team, and we all believe in each other, believe in the coaching. And when Coach Staley goes up there and talks to us, everybody's listening. And it's just, again, a great team win.
It matters. You go into Arrowhead and you go for it on a 4th and 9, get a pass interference, get to move the chains. You go for it again last night on 4th and 2. Like, it matters. Chargers are for real. And I don't know if they're the best team in the AFC. I don't know if they're the best team in the AFC. It's too soon. But they are definitely in the conversation, and they are different than they were in years past. Where maybe they would get some wins, but you knew those losses were coming. Right now, I don't feel that.
Peter, that was a great quote, man, because that's real. I've been on losing teams, and a lot of times when you're up and you're not used to having the success, you're looking around like, okay, who's going to make the penalty? Who's going to jump off sides? Who's going to give us an excuse to lose? And I think what we're seeing right now, and the world is seeing, they're seeing the Los Angeles Chargers figure out how to win.
So if they lose,
and that's awesome.
If they lose to the Browns, you're not going to take anything away from the Chargers?
No, I wouldn't.
So stringing together 2 big games is enough for you to erase all of what's going on with the Chargers for years now?
I wouldn't take anything away from the Chargers if they did lose, because the Browns got a great defense, man. That's a big challenge. But Justin Herbert and his offense is a challenge as well.
I tend to sometimes get wrapped up in the past, too, and I think a lot of times it's unfair. The difference is not only Herbert, it's Staley. Like, if you follow the Chargers beat writers, any beat writer can be a cynical group. They are bowing down to this guy. They're saying, we're going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. He is the next great coach. But can we just talk about the Chiefs for a second in this equation? Because we're talking about AFC frontrunners and stuff. And I'm not even going to editorialize. I'm just going to say this as a matter of fact. The Chiefs' defense is pulp. It is a soft, wet mass of nothing. And that's not even my opinion. Like, those are just, it's pulp. Jalen Hurts did whatever he wanted. Devontae Smith, the rookie wide receiver, did whatever he wanted against the defense. The week before, Herbert, whatever he wanted. Week before that, Ravens run for 251 yards. They don't need the last BS play to get 100 yards. They had it in about the first quarter against the Chiefs defense, which is pulp. It's not a Super Bowl defense. It's not a title game defense. Maybe it'll get better. It's early. It's October. But then this idea of, what about the Chiefs? What about the Chiefs? Okay, they can go to Tyreek and Kelsey. That's great. That can't win a Super Bowl when the defense is that bad. And my concern about the Chiefs in this whole conversation is that they have peaked. Is that they are very good, but they are not ascending. The Bills are getting better. The Chargers are getting better. The Browns are getting better. The Raiders go on. I feel like the Chiefs are sitting on this plateau. They're like, yeah, we do Mahomes and Tyreek, and it's excellent, and it's better than almost any team in the league. I don't know if I don't know if you would invest in the Chiefs right now. They're a very expensive stock that I don't know if it's going to make you money.
It's not even that they're stagnant. It's that their defense is worse. Right?
Yeah, well, I guess it balances out. And I don't know if the offense is getting better. I don't. It's excellent, but it's always been excellent.
The Broncos in the division probably have the best defense, right? Better than the Chargers.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I would say the Broncos have
I mean, again,
They haven't beaten
I don't know.
anybody.
They haven't beaten anybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the Chargers, we've seen this defense go up against some superpowers in the National Football League, so I think time will tell.
Just to put numbers to what you guys are saying, I mean, the Chargers have played defense-wise. We're talking about being a contender, you need defense. They've played 3 of the best offenses in the National Football League, and they've allowed 18.5 points a game over that. They held the Cowboys and Raiders completely in check, and they forced the Chiefs, of course, as we all saw, into 4 turnovers. So they are clearly clicking on defense, and that to me is, I knew the offense was going to be cool and flashy, but
we got to remember
with
Kansas City that the year they won the Super Bowl, early in the season, the defense was terrible.
I criticized it week in, week out.
Yeah, the minute the defense flipped the switch around week 11 or 12, that's when they became the front
Chiefs also been without Frank Clark and without Willie Gay, 2 of their best defensive players. The hope is that when they get back, they can right the ship, but we'll see.
It's hard to not have faith in them because it's like they can just score.
Score at will.
But so can Buffalo this week.
I know.
They both can score at will. Yeah. And if you lose this game for Kansas City, we'll talk about all week, it becomes a home field advantage type thing. You can't get down that many games. This is a big game for Kansas City.
Big game. I mean, huge game. Especially 2 huge Bills supporters here at the breakfast
table. I would say it's bigger for the Bills.
I'll get into it. Tom Pelissero joining us this morning right here on Good Morning Football. As we said, Chiefs, Bills, huge game on Sunday. Could Josh Gordon be on the field against Buffalo? What's going on with that? Also, let's talk Niners. We're talking AFC West more than we're talking NFC West lately. Jimmy Garoppolo, any updates there?
Okay, Chiefs coach Andy Reid said he's going to play it by ear and see how Josh Gordon feels, but he is not ruling out the possibility Gordon makes his Kansas City debut in that big game on Sunday night against the Bills. Reid said really it's more of a comfort thing with the offense. He just wants to make sure that he's not putting Gordon in a bad position. Gordon just signed with Kansas City a week ago, still learning that offense. There's never been any question about his ability, but he has fought very public battles with substance abuse. Since Josh Gordon's 2013 All-Pro season, he has exactly 6 touchdown catches with 3 different teams, suspended for all or part of 9 consecutive seasons, and did not play at all in 2020. Meanwhile, 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo's calf injury might not be as bad as Jimmy Garoppolo originally thought it was. Coach Kyle Shanahan told reporters on Monday it's really more of a contusion or a bruise than a muscle strain. So while Garoppolo is still sore, they are hopeful he'll be able to make enough progress. They'll reevaluate him on Wednesday, and if he is improving, he will have a good chance, Shanahan said, to keep Trey Lance on the bench and stay in the lineup for another big game Sunday against Arizona, Kay?
Yes, it's an NFC West situation all around because you got a showdown kicking off week 5.